Hi, I'm Christopher Dennigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Chrysalis 5 Light Small Pendant. This is the 131137. I actually have the glass for the larger version of this, and I want to show it to you just because I happen to have it, and it's a good opportunity for you to see it. So Hubbardton Forge's glass is pretty spectacular. They make their glass all over the world, including here in Vermont. This piece of glass is hand-blown, clear, just like crystal. It's actually crystal. And then they come in and they basically dip the whole thing in a matte glass as well. And you're going to have two versions you can see when you pull that menu down. One is going to be matte white, and the other one is going to be matte black. And then what they do is they come in and they grind and polish each of the facets just like a gemstone. So it's really spectacular. I just love it. And it's very substantial. You know, not kidding around. It's a big hunk of glass. Anyway, so it's also going to have what's called a retaining ring. This is aluminum. This is embedded in the glass itself. This is going to screw over that socket setup. This is always going to be in silver, this silver colored, regardless of which finish that you guys order. So just keep that in mind. So remember, this is the bigger one. We're really going to be talking about a smaller version of this here, and this is the 131137. Why don't we get into the height of the fixture body itself? And that's going to be 8.8 inches high. Diameter is 15.4. The overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling. You're going to have two different lengths you can choose from. One is going to be 12 inches at its shortest, 80 inches at its longest. The other one's going to be 12 inches at its shortest and 130 inches at its longest. That's standard product. If you guys need longer than that, let's say you need 200 inches overall height or 240 overall height because you've got a really tall ceiling, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 131137. Tell me what you guys need. So tell me you need that, what I just said. I'm going to take your email, send it to Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to come back with an answer. We do customs every day. It's not a big deal. So just tell me what you guys need. That's a little time and money, but like I said, people do it all day long. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the canopy up on the ceiling. Very important. It's going to be 12.3 inches in diameter. It's round, obviously, and it is about that thick. It's holding a transformer. It's going to transform your line voltage in your building down to low voltage so it safely goes through all those cables down to the sockets. That canopy is going to go over a 4-inch junction box. And I want to show you more information about this, how we're going to do it. We're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how to put it together, which is very simple. It's also going to show you detailed drawings of the inside of the canopy, how it attaches to this and to the structure of your building as well. Only weighs 20 pounds, so it's very light. You don't have to worry about any kind of weight restriction. The other thing about that canopy is when we have that pull down menu, it says choose your finish. So that finish is also going to be on this canopy. It's only going to be on the bottom part of it, which is going to be the faceplate facing down. So that's going to be where those little grippers are. The side of it, which is called the can, that touches the ceiling, that's always going to be in black, and that's a little note there for you. Those grippers are always going to be in kind of a polished chrome. And what they do is you push those cables into the grippers and they grip and they lock. If you need to bring them back down again during your installation, you can't do it all the time, you just take your thumbnail and you push into that gripper. It's called a strain relief as well, and then you can kind of back that cord back out again without a problem. Okay, slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees. If you're going to go in that direction, call me so I can walk you through that part of it. The really important thing about this is we have to talk about the bulbs. So it's going to be using a G4 socket. A G4 socket is going to be a little socket, has two little holes that accept the little prongs coming out of these bulbs. G4 bulbs come in all kinds of different types. You're going to be using a 4-watt G4 LED in this. There's going to be no halogens in this, just so you know. Very easy to get the bulbs. We get them on Amazon, quite honestly. You could go to other places online like bulbs.com or 1001 Bulbs, that kind of thing. You could even try going to your local hardware store. But like I said, Amazon's a super way to go for these. It's just because it's such a specific bulb. So I would put in G4 4-watt LED. So a 4-watt LED is the equivalent of a 40-watt halogen. You're going to have a lot of these. You're going to have 5 of these, don't forget. So you're also going to want to look for a dimmable bulb when you're doing this. You're going to notice the bulbs are going to be often in different colors, color of light. So 2700 Kelvin, 2700 K, that's going to be the color of the setting sun, very yellow and orange. Way on the other side of that is going to be called daylight. daylight sounds warm, it's not warm. That's going to be kind of a cold hospital waiting room light, or an overcast day, you know, that kind of thing in the wintertime. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. So that's something you have to notice too. In the middle of all that, what we use in our showroom is called warm white. And warm white is the glow that's coming down on my hands right now. Nice warmth of an incandescent bulb looking. That's 3,000 Kelvin. Warm white, and that's what we like to use here. So I would probably look for a G4 4-watt, 3,000 Kelvin dimmable LED, and you guys should be good to go. Don't forget to tell your installer you're using dimmable LEDs. They need to put the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton forged fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton forged stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton forged. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forged doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.